Rise, man.
The Force will be with you.
What about the droid attack on the Wookiees?
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Star Wars Meg, here to provide you with all of the news from a galaxy far, far away, and once more to give you a Mandalorian Season 2 update. So it's been a few days since I've done the news on my channel because I've been exploring different theories and different speculation points for the upcoming episodes of Season 2. So Chapter 14 or Season 6 of this current season of Mando is dropping on Friday. And while most people are still talking about Chapter 13, it is worth questioning what we're going to get on Friday. Are we going to get another filler episode whereby Mando is sidetracked before he goes to the planet of Tython to put Grogu on the Seeing Stone, or are we headed straight there? In my opinion, we are going to go straight to Tython, but Moff Gideon is on his tail and is probably going to come to try and capture Baby Yoda or Grogu. I want to hear what you guys think is going to happen in the next episode. So in today's news update, we have some exciting information about Ahsoka's character. We're going to be speaking about Legends and Mara Jade, and we're going to be talking about Grogu. Before I get into the news, please may I ask you to hit like down below, to subscribe to my channel if you're brand new, and welcome if you are, and also make sure you hit the notification bell to be alerted each and every time I post new content to my channel. You can expect daily Star Wars updates from me. So without any more jibber jabber, let's get into it. So we're going to start with quite a funny little update. So if you remember, in chapter 12 of The Mandalorian The Siege, which took place on Navarro, we saw in one frame that Gene's guy, or rather someone who works at Lucasfilm, was in the shot on the far left. Well, it turns out that he has now been digitally erased. I think Lucasfilm caught word of this and they were very quick to sort out the situation, but when I went to Disney Plus earlier and I saw if this was true, they haven't actually gotten rid of him yet. He was still in the shot. So I don't know if they're still working on this or how they're going to do it, if they're going to update it later on, but you let me know if you still see Gene's guy in that episode. So now let's get into some proper news. In Chapter 13, The Jedi, we see Rosario Dawson as live-action version of Ahsoka Tano. Some people have pointed out that her Lekkus are basically way too small compared to her last canonical appearance in Rebels. Now, it turns out that the Mandalorian's character designer has explained and defended the reason behind this. So this is an article from CBR, and they write, following the live-action debut of Ahsoka, Lucasfilm character concept designer Brian Matthias has elaborated on why the Lekkus of Ahsoka are shorter compared to her animated appearances. Matthias was asked by a fan on Twitter why the design for Ahsoka's Montrals are as such, stating some confusion among fans as her Lekku were much bigger when she appeared in Rebels. So this is a direct quote from him in response to the fan criticism. From animation to live action, I did a ton of design exploration for her and their appropriate size for the actor with consideration for stunts and movements. I'm sure I'll get to discuss at greater length in the near future. Now, in case you guys don't know, the Disney Gallery for Season 2 of Mando will be coming out after the finale of Season 2 in a few weeks' time. So I think they're going to explore the reason why they went for shorter Lekkus in more depth in that series. But the short answer is that it was much more convenient for Rosario Dawson, as the actress playing Ahsoka, to have shorter ones for movement and action. At the end of the day, there was a lot of stunt work with Ahsoka's character in Chapter 13 with the lightsaber duels against the Caledonian guards at the beginning of the episode, so I think it was just more of a convenience thing. I wouldn't read too deep into it, but it did strike me as well as quite strange. Evidently in Rebels she had these long flowing Lekkus, much longer than in the Clone Wars, but in this performance she had shorter Lekkus, much more reminiscent of her performance in the Clone Wars. So let's move on to our next article, and Screen Rant are talking about how Thrawn's Mandalorian return can make a Star Wars missing character canon. When Ahsoka dropped the name of Grand Admiral Thrawn after she bested the Magistrate on Calodan, everyone was blown away because we were thinking about Ezra Bridger, and now she's going to go on her own mission to find Thrawn. While there were questions of where is Sabine Wren, this article is stating that the announcement of Thrawn coming back into Star Wars, this time in live-action form, could mean something bigger for Star Wars Legends. So they write, the return of Grand Admiral Thrawn to post-Return of the Jedi era could be very good news for Mara Jade. The Chiss mastermind was revealed to be the focus of Ahsoka's mission. There's a lot of canon implications for Thrawn's name drop. He was last seen being hyperspaced away into unknown space in Rebels, along with Jedi Ezra, so Ahsoka's confrontation with his apprentice indicates he's back in a position of power. But given that The Mandalorian Season 2 has already begun to recanonize aspects of a now defunct expanded universe, there's even more seismic ramifications than that. Thrawn has been a character at the heart of Star Wars for nearly 30 years, and carries with him a lot of related characters and ideas, and none of them have been as deserving as coming over to Disney canon than Mara Jade. So let's talk about her. They speak about her origins and that they're linked to Thrawn in Legends. If there was a face of Star Wars' expanded universe, it would be Mara Jade. Former Dark Jedi wife to Luke Skywalker and mother to Ben, she grew up to become a key figure in the post-Return of the Jedi galaxy, as important as any of the core trio, perhaps more so given that there was less sacrosanct movie characterization to worry about. When Legacy of the Force needed Jacen Solo to kill a loved one to ascend to the Sith mantle, it was Mara Jade who was selected, underpinning the sheer scale of her role. And it all began with Grand Admiral Thrawn. Mara debuted in Heir to the Empire, the first entry in Timothy Zahn's EU-defining Thrawn trilogy, as a former Emperor's Hand Dark Force user who served Palpatine directly, now working as a smuggler with a bitter hatred of Luke Skywalker. Thrawn's methodical campaign drew her into galactic events again and provided a greater evil for her to team up with Skywalker against. In the backdrop of Mara becoming a Jedi Master, Thrawn was really a catalyst to her greater story rather than a defining figure, and yet he could wind up being key to her future. From a 2020 perspective, there's numerous issues with Mara Jade coming into canon. In the sequels, Luke Skywalker was a hermit who never married, meaning her potential lasting impact on the galaxy has been removed. To her origin, the Emperor's hands were roundly replaced by the Jedi hunting Inquisitors. Similar to EU fan favourite Kyle Katarn, there simply isn't much space for Mara Jade in Star Wars canon. A red-headed Force user with the name alone wouldn't suffice. So that's why the Mandalorian name-dropping Thrawn is so impactful. When he was brought into canon in Rebels Season 3, it was with some key consolation. The timeline had changed from post-Jedi to the inter-trilogy Dark Times. His foes were now the Ghost Crew, not the Millennium Falcon Gang. The Force-stopping Ysalamiri were art pieces, and Nogri bodyguard Rook became a simple assassin. Character and method returned, but the story was replaced. Now though, there is scope for Heir to the Empire to be reworked into canon. When the expanded universe became the decanonized Legends, it was ostensibly to give J.J. Abrams and Lawrence Kasdan a clean slate for what would become The Force Awakens, to be able to tell a new story without being lumbered with decades of continuity, where the previous de facto episodes 7 to 9 was set when the core cast was much younger. But that was a time when the only recognizable characters in a post-Jedi world were Han, Luke and Leia. The building blocks are there to be plundered with a new set of heroes. An approximation of Heir to the Empire with Ahsoka Tano, Bo-Katan, Din Djarin and Grogu at the fore would be a suitable endgame for The Mandalorian. Several story elements are already present in some form: a struggling New Republic, an embittered Imperial remnant, Force clones, so bringing in Mara Jade adds an extra game piece with a direct link to the Emperor. What do you guys think of this? I heard in yesterday's video in the comments section that there are quite a few of you who would like to see Mara Jade in live action form and canonized. So that is all of the news I have for you guys today. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please make sure to give me a big fat like, subscribe to the channel if you're brand new, and also please consider becoming a patron of mine on Patreon. For just $2 or $10 a month, you can get exclusive access to content that is not found here on this platform. I'm Star Wars Meg, wishing you a phenomenal rest of the day, no matter where you dwell in the galaxy. Have a good one.